Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Here we are. Still haven't done the time thing yet, so it's about 12:15. It is April 14th. It is Monday, 22.5 degrees centigrade. Look at this, 75 degrees. Let's see what Blinky has to say. 71 degrees, 70 degrees, I don't know. Here are those two toys I bought. I don't know if you could see it. This is that one Oregon Scientific, and that's a barometric pressure. I think it's trying to tell me that it's a partly cloudy day, which it did get correct. There's Is that the right time? I don't think that's the right time. I still think it's an hour off. And that's centigrade. That's interesting that it corrected itself. Anyway, so that's one thing. And this is that recording thing from yesterday. I use it to record clever ideas. Here, listen to yesterday's clever idea.
Hide 125 M before the wife gets home.
See that? Very clever. And it's got a red light. So, yeah, my wife was visiting my son for a couple of days, so I, that allows me to go out and do bad things, like buy three-wheelers without getting yelled at. And I, obviously, we'll talk about that guy in a second. I'm still poking around trying to figure out what year it is, and I have another 125, and it's right there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that tag in from down here. But if you look at it, it's a 1985 125. Right? You can see, if you look at top on the handlebars, see the key switch? That's how you can kind of tell it's a 125. So, now this guy does not have... Oh God, sorry for the wind. Does not have that thing here, tape from the headlight. It does have a number stamped on the neck, but anyway, it does not have the sticker that neatly tells me what year it is. So anyway, here it is. I got it up here, and it's been sitting here. Well, it's only been sitting up here for a few minutes. Start at the front and top, right? Brakes. It's got brakes. Throttle moves. Key's broken off, but there is something in there. I guess I can fish that out and try to make another key. Headlight is interesting. I don't know if it works. Front fender obviously has a problem. Front tire looks pretty good. Doesn't appear to have any sun damage. It's not dry rotted. The back tires don't match, but this one has air in it. This one appears to be flat. As a matter of fact, beyond flat, like off the rim. Gas tank. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this to you without spilling gas all over. Yeah, stuff like that. If you look in the gas tank, I think you guys could see in there, it's nice and clean, and it actually looks pretty good, right? It's not dented to hell. It's dirty, but it actually looks pretty good. Engine has compression. Actually, quite a bit of compression for one of these. I didn't check the oil. There's like No oil in it. That's never a good sign. It looks like somebody rode the hell out of it. And as a matter of fact, the air filter looks like it was used to fish for minnows or something. So, where to start? I always start out by trying to figure out what's going on with the motor, make sure the motor's good. So I'm going to pull the carb off. Let's start out by doing that. Give it a quick rebuild. See what kind of shape it's in. If I run across anything interesting in the carb, I'll show it to you guys. Just a quick reminder, this was a $250 Craigslist deal. It also came with that 350X lower end. About the 350X lower end, somebody's got one on eBay right now. They're trying to get $169.99 for it, and they don't seem to be having all that much luck because they were at $199 and dropped to $30 to $169, and it hasn't sold yet. What they're trying to sell are the cases and transmission. Mine also appears to have the Kickstarter in there. But I haven't been in mine, so I don't know what kind of shape it's in, other than it appears to be a little more complete than that. And I'm using the word appears. So, in theory, most of this deal could be taken up by the, half the deal anyway, could be taken up by that 350X lower end. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Half of me says flip it off and take the money because money is not as loose as it used to be, and the other half of me says, the second you do that, you're going to find a 350X and you're going to need that lower rear end, and you're going to be dancing for it and cursing yourself because you basically gave it away for nothing. So I once again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. About parts for this thing, there's a couple out back, and we'll take a walk around back and look at them shortly. So I went through. The other thing is this, I think you can see it here. I think I could get a shifter on that, and I think I could get it to stay on that. I think I can clean it up and get it on there and get it to stay on there and tighten it down. So if that's the case, if I get it to run and I get it to shift, I got a nice little bike here ready. So there we are. What I'm going to do is kind of take you guys through the little bit I'm going to do with this. I guess this here, maybe I'll make this my fix-it project, so I too could be in the contest a little bit. Though I can't win it. I'll just kind of show you guys what I'm up to, and we'll kind of go through it together. Alright guys, live, love, and have a great time. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Remember to keep your feet down and your head up, and if it's as nice where you are as it is where I am, you should be outside. I'm not quite sure when this video is going to be uploaded. My internet service has crapped the bed. I'm not quite sure why it's done that. It's taken the phones with it, but the cable TV works. I found the most effective way to deal with this is, you could call the cable company. In my case, it's Optimum Online. And they normally, you get the automated and they give you a bunch of grief. Well, the first thing you want to do if you want to get somebody's attention is you ask to speak to a supervisor. Then you tell them that you're on the local town board, and you're looking into a lot of complaints about the service, and your town is considering switching to a different cable company, a different how does one say, operator, so that normally towns, the entire town has one cable operator, and where I am, we don't have FiOS. The houses are spread too far apart, so the cheap bastards at at the telephone company at Verizon doesn't want to run fiber optics to widely spaced houses. They only want to do it in highly populated areas. So if for us, if Optimum acts up, they're the only horse to ride in town. So you got no choice. You got to fix them. But once again, if you call up and start threatening, it works. Although I think Optimum is part of Time Warner, and I think it's more or less the cable companies are moving toward monopoly. Next thing you know, they'll buy the satellite companies, then they'll buy the FiOS, and then they can have a nice big monopoly, fix the rates, and charge us all whatever the hell they want to charge us, and there'll be nothing any of us could do about it because, once again, it's monopoly, and what are you going to do? All right, folks, enough raving. Take care. We'll talk to you all soon.